hollers and hills of West Virginia. It's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Hop, boom! Guys, so trying to harden off some of the plants for outside. Here's my giant, what are they called? Eggplants. Here's the world record right here, the Peter Glazebrook one. Look at that thing. And then there's one from Tony Prochaska, and then there's the other one from Tony Prochaska. And this one is the one that came from Brown, Chris Brown, the 4.92. It had a hard time starting, but it is going and it's growing, so I'm not gonna beat it up too bad. But this one here, this is the one from Glazebrook, and it's just a beast. I mean, it's just beasting out. Orange tree from my mother-in-law. I gotta fix it up a little bit better, get it in a better pot and stuff. Probably gonna put it in a 5-gallon bucket in a little bit. All the pumpkin plants over here, hardening them off. Looking a little right now today for some reason. They ain't been out here 5 minutes, not even that. And there's really not a lot of sun, so I don't know why they're getting kind of droopy. Maybe the heat, water, what's the moisture content like? Man, it's good, I guess. Probably could have a little bit more, I reckon. But, I mean, they're all in all pretty good. I mean, there's 2 plants out here that's just beasting out on everybody else, so but yeah, I guess that sun's just got them a little plug today, so we'll go ahead and pull them back already, I reckon, since they already looking nasty. But yeah, you got all these pepper plants out, and some tomato plants are out. They're looking good. Got more over there. They're looking pretty good. Just hardening them off, getting everything ready to start going out. There's still tons and tons and tons of stuff in the bedroom, so I mean, it is what it is. Quick look at everything else really fast while we're up here. We have the peas aren't looking so hot up here for some reason. I don't know why. They just aren't doing real good. That one there I just pulled on accident. Didn't mean to pull that right by a weed. I thought they would do a lot better, but they're not doing so hot. There's these sunflowers need pulled out of here. Sunflowers growing everywhere in that for some reason. Anyhow, trying to pull this real quick. I need to weed them at some point. Probably do that this evening, weed them real good. Look at all the Swiss chard coming up. Looking fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. That's the Vulcan, I believe, over here. And this is the silver beet. Yeah, this is the silver beet over here. No, this is the Vulcan. This is Vulcan. This is silver beet over here. And we have our fennel right there, them 3 fennel plants. The potatoes are actually growing. They came back to life, so that's good. You can see there. Cabbage, I'll probably end up pulling it. Really don't need the cabbage there. I got, looks like some Swiss chard trying to come up back in there. man, this stuff is jam-packed full of stinking weeds. I mean, it's just weeds. And I can't stand weeds. I absolutely despise it. I don't know where it came from, but I mean, it's the weediest stuff ever. Look at all the, I mean, look at this, some of this stuff, look, like that's a tomato plant right there. There's tons of tomato plants in here. It's all gotta come out there. All the tomatoes, all of them are tomatoes starting there. Tomatoes all the way over there. I mean, look at all that. All that's gotta come out. Same thing down through here. It's not looking so good down through here. Just, I don't know what the problem is, but the spinach is looking great. Spinach is looking great. Cauliflowers are coming along. Giant kohlrabi's trying to come on. That one right there is, anyhow. Giant cabbage, meh, it's all right. Show you in the greenhouse quickly. You get in here and do some work, get some things situated, but all in all, it's looking pretty good. This carrot needs to be pulled. Look at that thing, full of seed, and it's the first year, and it's just tons and tons and tons of seed. We got some blooms coming on the peas. Need to get that cabbage head out of there. It's completely done. We'll pull that in a little bit and get it weighed, and you guys can see how big that cabbage is. In fact, tell you what, do a little game here. I'll weigh it and stuff. I'll block it out. You got till Friday to tell me how big that cabbage is. We'll go into details a little bit later. And if you can win, let's get it within a quarter pound. If you're within a quarter pound of the weight of that cabbage head right there, I'll send you some cool seeds. All right. Anyhow, I got some giant turnip growing here, another giant turnip growing right here. That thing looks like it's good. Night living. Look at that leaf on that thing. They're not crazy or what? These are all broke. What broke all them leaves off right there? They're all broke. Anyways, it's growing good. I need to plant out my giant carrots today. Hopefully, I'll get them planted out. Giant beet. This here's looking pretty good. Look at that thing. It's really growing. And I mean, it's growing. Need to give it some more feed and trim all these back. Here's the other giant beets. Look at the difference in them things since the last time y'all seen them. Remember last time y'all seen them? They wasn't even as big around as my pinky. Remember that? Now look how big they are. Giant. There's going to be a giant, massive root there. That one there is looking really good too. I still got 2 more of these growing. Do pretty good with the beets. Let's see here. The potatoes are taking over everything though. I need to work on that. Giant swede. It's trying its best. So we'll see what happens with it there. Probably need to clip some of this stuff back and let that thing get some more light. No problem. Over here, we've got arugula, which the arugula is already going to seed for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just too hot in here for arugula, but it's going to seed. Got plenty of lettuce back in there we can eat on. Got to get all this Swiss chard here and dug up and transplanted. I hope I can do that. I don't know if I can or not, but we're going to try. Anyways, we're going to try to clean all this up and get this mess sort of fixed. I don't know what can be done, but we're going to try to do something with it. So I'm going to finish off the patch or the bed up there today and try to do some transplanting and whatnot there. So let's get to it. Let's go in here and check out what we've caught in our traps over the night. How many do you think we got? How many? Comment down below how many you think we got. Got 2 right there. 1 right there. 1 right there. That's 4. Nothing there. Yeah, we got 1 there. Somehow he got out of the trap there. Not sure how that happened, but we'll take it. So we got 5 so far since last night. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to yesterday is this is not just happening here for the mice. This is also happening down here next door anywhere on this road right now, any of these people that have animals, chickens, things like that, where there's extra feed laying around, they're having this issue right now. So that just tells me that this is not a random incident that's only happening here, but it's happening all along, and that suggests that there is a bloom of these, what they consider a bloom. And so with that, you got to take extra precaution and put out extra stuff. That would, I mean, we fight mice here year round. You can generally slack off a little bit during the spring and the summertime, usually, because they go out into the fields and they're eating seeds out in the fields. Come fall time, winter time, as you've seen last year, we have to start being a little bit more cautious of these things because they get up into our cellar and eat our seeds and our potatoes and all those things. Well, last year it was just a little bit worse, it seemed, and I fought them, finally got them down, and to a manageable level, I thought. But well, here's what tends to happen: when you chase them out of one area, like I did the building there, right? They'll move to the cellar or they'll move to the house where there's less pressure. And so what I wanted to let you guys know is if you find these mice in an area where you're catching them, we've caught since Sunday, this is Tuesday, since Sunday, I have caught 64. All right, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Now the 46 was all baby ones, about that big. But now could you imagine if I wouldn't have found those nests, the damage that those things? I mean, that could have been a lot. So we've caught 3 of them in the house. All right, I've caught 3 with a trap in the house. We've not caught any more since. We're actively keeping the traps set every night, but nothing so far. So that tells me I'm probably good. We've also even took a stint where we didn't set the traps. We just put bait on the traps and let them get used to it, right? And then once they get used to it, then you set the trap and then catch them the next night. Well, they're not even coming through for that. So we know that we're probably good under there. In the house. Under the house could be a different story. So we're just hammering it with poison and traps. Haven't caught anything under there yet, and I can't really look at the poison because it's in those boxes and you can't really tell what's going on in them boxes unless you really open it up. So we'll keep those bait stations with the poison there. We'll continue to do that under the house. We'll continue to do that in the cellar. We'll continue to do it in the building. And I probably need to go on ahead and put stuff in that building right there just to be sure they don't go over there. Now, there's no food over there. There's nothing over there that they could want besides nesting material. But they could be a safe haven for them. And the dog does eat over there. So, if she doesn't eat all the food, which is kind of unlikely, then they could be there for that, or they could smell that and But anyhow, it definitely is something that we deal with out here in the country. At the end of the day, the majority of the time, what happens, they're attracted to feed, and then that's the end of it. They want the feed, and then there you go. They're after that, and that's all they want. And that's what causes this kind of an issue. So putting feed up in better barrels, keeping different stuff out the trap and eliminate them would be better. It's hard to do with animals when you got animals around to try to use poison and have to worry about your cats or your dogs or whatever, chickens eating something that's ate poison, right? So you do have to be aware of that and keep your your eyes open for anything like that. But outside of that, you should be good to go. Keep that stuff going year round. Hammer it down more when you see a bigger problem manifesting and get rid of them quicker and faster and sooner, right? So anyhow, that's all I got to say about that. We are going to be using this stuff called One Bite, just One Bite. It's a little bit better poison than the Tomcat and the Decon. It's something, though, that you have to be very, very, very careful with because you don't want the kids around that, okay? I mean, it's like even more poisonous, right? I mean, if you can get any more poisonous, it is. It's pretty radical stuff. So anyhow, we're going to be using that. Just want them gone and eliminated before I start planting stuff, because if they chew on anything, that I'm going to have a fit. So I'm going to have a fit anyhow, because I hate, two things I hate is a bug and a mouse or a rat. I cannot stand either of those things. It drives me bonkers when I see that stuff. I go like into this, like Iraq kill mode, right? Like I'm back there, we're at war, let's get it on. Like get yourself the bug assault and start sniping flies and stuff. Like I can't stand it. Same thing goes with mice. I just can't do it. So enough about that. Let's get on with it. So what we need to do is level all this out best we can. After we've leveled all this out, we need to take all this dirt, that's actual dirt right here, and mix it up with the compost dirt and then put it on top. And then we should be good to go on this raised bed. Okay, so let's get that done, see what we can come up with today. Hopefully the rain will hold off. It keeps threatening. It did rain a little bit ago and stuff, so we'll see, you know, what's what with the weather, and hopefully we can get to finishing up our amending to the pumpkin patch so that we can focus on getting that set up this week as well. All right, so here we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you the best thing to do to separate your old soil when you wanna get the rocks out of it. So get you some rabbit wire, get you a wheelbarrow, okay, and get you a scoop of your old soil. And if you're gonna mix it with your new, have your new soil in your wheelbarrow, like it is here, and run the old soil over the screen, just like so. All right, getting all the gravels out, right? Take these big chunks and run them through there. Look at that big rock. Run them through here like a cheese grater almost, you know, just down to nothing, like so. All right, now when you've got that, you got all these rocks, you just take it, flip it over. I do have it bent on this lip, and this roll on this side pinches it tight, and then you just take another scoop of dirt, put it on top, and keep doing it. Then when you're ready, you take your drill with your auger and you mix it all together, and then you put it in your bed. There's a nice quick tip on how to mix your old soil with your new soil and put it in your new raised bed. Guys, so we got it planted there, and down here on this end we're going to transplant some of our giant carrots. And so I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do to transplant these things. So what we're going to use is we're going to use some azos, mycos, blood meal, bone meal, Previgenics, Mobile Microbes Plus in the holes. We have first, we've got the oldest one here, and it's this is Rick Jolevit's one I got from Rick Jolevit, and it's looking kind of pitiful, but it'll come back too. This is the one that we got from him, and so we're going to get it out of here, show you what it looks like. And I guess I can pull the tape here. That's what I made it for. Hadn't been watered in a few days, is why they're looking a little worse for wear. we'll get them in this, and they'll perk back up and start looking like champions. Okay. There that is. Plumb full of roots all the way down there to the bottom. And I'm gonna label it and everything. I'm gonna dig my hole right here, like so. I probably need to get me something down. I'll get my auger and dig it with the auger. Put our Mycos, our Azos down in the hole there. Bit of blood meal. And some bone meal. Mark it the right thing on there. Make sure we keep it known as the one we got from Rick. Mark it so that we know that's the one we got from Rick. Either leave it, Joel of it, however you want to pronounce it there. There we go. Just like that. Now we'll just keep on going down the line and putting our carrots in. So let's get it done. All right, let's go over everything real quick, and then we'll cut that cabbage off, weigh it, and end the video. So we have right here one carrot that we got from Rick Jolivet that we've been growing since January, somewhere around in there, December, January. We have two that came from Germany. They are the Flaky 18s. I can't remember the last part of it. Starts with a P, and I wouldn't even begin to try to pronounce it. But anyhow, Flaky 18, that's how I can distinguish it. These came from Germany whenever I got that shipment in back in December, January. The Flaky 17s, there's 4 of those. There's 2 of the 18s right there, and they're actually about that big around, which is surprising. But anyhow, The Flaky 17s here, those came from Tony Prochaska. There's 4 of those right there. So we got them. Now, we have a giant Swede growing right here. All right, now hopefully those will get pretty big. That came from Chris Brown, I believe. Another giant Swede growing right there. Also, I believe another Chris Brown. Then we have a giant kohlrabi growing right there. Next is a giant green cabbage right there. Then a giant cauliflower. Then a very, very tiny giant red cabbage, which is right there. And then another giant Swede right here. All this mess here, I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to get all my garden work done first, and then I'll worry about yard work. All right, so this is probably going to be here till I finish my garden work. Once I get my garden put in and planted and going good, we'll come through and we'll clean up all this mess through here. Probably right here through this water line dip. That's right through there. Probably put a lot of that in there and fill that up, bring it up. A couple little potholes in the yard need brought up, so we'll use that for that. Going over here, we watered our arugula, which is growing really good right here. We have Benihashi growing, needs weeded out. We also have our Merlot lettuce growing, which you can see right there. That's Merlot lettuce. And then we have all of this back here, which is butter crunch. And it's looking wonderful, isn't it? Look how thick that stuff is. We'll be able to do a lot of, pick and come agains on that. Watered our peas in, up down here and up there by the road, and as well as over there by the cellar. We watered all of our, first we watered all of our plants up here on the porch, except for the pumpkins. We didn't water those. Watered all of our Swiss chard. Back there, you'll see that is a giant cabbage, that is a giant Swede, and then that's a giant red cabbage right there. So, right there. Giant red cabbage. Anyhow, hopefully those will do something. I don't know. Probably waited too late. But, I mean, who knows, right? So, I was trying to wait. The weather's just been so stinking stupid. I mean, in April, we were getting like 20, 20 degrees, 19 degree weather. This stuff ain't gonna grow in that. It's way too cold. And it can be frost tolerant, but that's not frost, that's freeze. So anyhow, some of our stuff here is trying to grow. Some of our bok choys and things are trying to grow. Our spinach is doing really well right through here. That is giant cauliflower there and there. Those two are giant cauliflower. That's a giant kohlrabi right there, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, giant kohlrabi right there. And there's another giant kohlrabi right there. And then that is a giant cabbage. So everything's looking good. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do today, which was put some more amendments down and finish the pumpkin patch. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So here's what's left for the pumpkin patch. Just a quick rundown. What we got left to do in order to start getting ready to plant out some pumpkin. Lots of deer down there. Anyhow, gonna kind of quickly go over what I got kind of caught up today in some stuff, which is all right. I love sharing growing with everybody. So anybody in the area and you see me outside and you want some pointers or tips, or need some seeds, stop by and talk to me. I'll help you out. Anyhow, got this pole right here, tip of my finger. I have to till from there at an angle this way, make a triangle, and come straight through here. So right here like this, so right to that pole. All that needs tilled. All right, so once we get all that tilled, I'm gonna set a pumpkin plant like right here, right there. And the secondaries will be ending where I'm at and ending over there by the fence. And then I'll grow that pumpkin into the corner like that and grow it downhill. So that'll be my best pumpkin, my biggest pumpkin that I'm planning to grow is going to be right here. Whichever one that ends up being, whichever one wins out and is the biggest, then when I get ready to plant, that's the one that's going right here. And the one I'm putting all my eggs in my basket, kind of speaking, you know. So we'll grow it into that corner. The whole plant look like a Christmas tree growing into that corner. And then hopefully it'll be the biggest, not only plant, but the biggest gal at the end of the year. And we'll take her to the last way off. Then we'll put one right here and make this about a 400-ish, 500-ish square foot plant. Another 400, 500 square foot, and another 400 to 500 square foot plant down through there. So what needs done? You got to till it all up. You got to finish amending it, putting the amendments down, the copper, the zincs, the sops, the daps, the nitrogen, all that bull crap needs to be put down, tilled in, and then we'll go from there. Long gourds are ready to go. I'm going to put very little amendment in there and be ready. Still got to pull up all the rest of the landscaping fabric or woven fabric needs pulled up. The pumpkin patch or the watermelon patch needs tilled. The marrow and field pumpkin patch needs tilled. Still need to finish amending up here at the giant squash patch at the top of the yard here. And I still have to figure out where we're going to put all of our giant sunflowers. So that's going to be, you know, pretty difficult. Look at there. I thought somebody's over there working. It's the horses just going through everywhere. Anyhow, don't know where we're going to put giant sunflowers at. Probably end up not really tilling a patch per se, but we'll put like, run Forrest, run. Probably put like holes and then just fill the holes up with dirt and grow them. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Anyhow, going to cut this giant cabbage in here and we're going to weigh it, see what it weighs. And again, one closest to the weight by a 1/4 pound will win some free seeds. You got till Friday to put your guesses in. Friday to put your guesses in on how much that giant head of cabbage weighs today. And on Friday, the one that's closest to the number, I will give you some free seeds. All right, guys? So I'm going to cut that off there and we're going to weigh it. Just about didn't get that joker off of there. I don't even know if it's, yeah, okay, yeah, it's cut. That thing was heavy. Now, here, let me get it out of there. Well, here it is. It is heavy. Oh, thumbnail. Joker is heavy, boys. I ain't kidding you. Gonna get me somebody gonna take me a good picture of it. But anyhow, we're gonna go in here and weigh it and all that good stuff. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So there's numbers down there. What does it weigh? What does it weigh? What does it weigh? What does it weigh? What does it weigh, everybody? What does it weigh? What does it weigh? What does it weigh? Can't tell you. Can't tell you. But it's on there. Every bit of it is on there. It's pretty heavy too. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.